All right, let's kick off this deep dive. We're taking you behind the scenes at Kentucky Commercialization Ventures.
KCV.
Yeah, exactly, KCV. We're going to show you how we take some really cool research from universities and turn it into, real things that make a difference.
Real world impact. Yep. That new gadget you're loving could start it in a lab, and we're the bridge to getting it into your hands.
Right. So we've got this slide deck, walks you through the whole thing. Think of it like a backstage pass to how innovation actually happens.
It's a process for sure.
Yeah.
And we break it down step by step, show you how those aha moments become products and solutions, the kind you use every day.
Okay, so first slide's up. It's about us, naturally. Title's Role of Kentucky Commercialization Ventures, KCV.
Straight to the point.
And the subtitle, well, that kind of sums it all up.
Yeah.
Partnering and engaging with KCV for bridging the gap between research and commercialization.
The key takeaway right there. What this tells us is that KCV, we're all about collaboration. It's not just, hey, we own this invention, done. It's about working with universities, researchers, companies, the whole ecosystem to actually get these innovations OUT there.
Okay, slide 2. Agenda lays out what we're covering today. First up, overview ecosystem mapping.
Got to understand the landscape, right?
Then it's the KCV process itself. Then why protect IP? Super important.
Absolutely crucial.
And we wrap up with KCV technology readiness.
See that ecosystem mapping right at the start? It's a hint. KCV is not some lone wolf operation. We're part of this huge network, all these partners working together. That's how the magic happened.
So anyone out there ever had a light bulb moment that I invented something amazing feeling? Slide 3, this is for you. Typical services of a university technology transfer office. Researcher at a university, they invent something cool, they disclose it to their TTO. This is where it begins.
And this slide, this is the support those TTOs give. It's not just about patents, it's market analysis, plans for how to commercialize this thing, even finding companies who might be interested.
Yeah, and this line, assist with commercialization plan, it's like a reminder that there's actual people behind these inventions. Researchers, passionate about their work, but maybe not, business experts.
That's where KCV comes in.
Exactly. Which brings us to slide 4. KCV Technology Commercialization Services. We're picking up where those TTOs leave off, guiding, protecting, and ultimately getting that IP licensed.
Full circle.
And look, they even put core services in bold twice. Emphasis. We mean it.
It's our bread and butter, Making sure these game-changing innovations have the best shot at success. That's what we're here for.
Flowchart time. Everybody loves a flowchart.
Yeah.
Slide 5's got the technology commercialization process all laid out, nice and neat. Starts with the invention disclosure, then assessment, getting it market ready, protecting that IP.
And finding the right folks to bring it to market, of course.
Right. But what's interesting is each stage is connected, builds on the one before. It's deliberate to make sure we're maximizing the chances of success.
Every step matters.
This technology optimization readiness stage, though, that really jumps out at me, it's like making sure the tech is truly ready, meets market demands, actually works like it should.
Refining, testing, validating. It's got to be robust and reliable before we even think about scaling it up.
Now we're getting into the details. Slide 6 breaks down the typical items in an invention disclosure.
This is the foundation right here, this document.
Answers the basic questions, like what problem are we solving, how's this thing work, what's good about it, and who's going to use it.
And that last point, university IP policy and government requirements. Got to make sure we're playing by the rules, everything's above board from the get-go. Legal and ethical foundation. Makes sense. Got to have that solid base before you can build anything, right? We invest time and resources wisely, that's the goal, and only in the technologies with real potential.
Okay, slide 7, intellectual property process. Now we're talking the legal side, protecting these inventions. Starts with research, then invention disclosure, IP screening, patents.
Contracts, monitoring progress, even managing those contracts once they're in place.
Yeah, and that stood out to me too. This isn't just a straight line, file the patent, done kind of thing. It's ongoing.
Always evolving. Got to stay on top of things, adapt as needed.
But ultimately, we're aiming for that royalty generation distribution stage, right? That's the reward, the financial fuel for even more research and innovation.
Full circle, right. Benefits society and generates a return on investment. That's the sweet spot.
Okay, back to basics. Slide 8, the U.S. Constitution, specifically Article 1, Section 8. This is the bedrock where the whole system of innovation in America comes from.
Powerful stuff to promote the progress of science and useful arts, right there in the text. The framers knew protecting intellectual property was key to progress. That's foresight.
Yeah, it really makes you appreciate the gravity of these IP rights. It's not just about protecting individual inventors, it's about creating a system that benefits everyone by encouraging these new technologies that make our lives better.
It's an investment in the future.
Now, Slide 9 gets into the weeds a bit. The Bayh-Dole Act changed the game for university tech transfer.
Big time.
Yeah.
Essentially said universities own the IP from federally funded research.
Which before that belonged to the government, even if the research was done at a university.
Crazy, right? Led to a lot of inventions just sitting there gathering dust. Bayh-Dole, it shifted that ownership, gave universities a reason to really push age for commercialization, make their discoveries useful.
And it's not like the government has zero rights anymore. They still retain some. But Bayh-Dole really opened things up for universities to collaborate with companies and get those innovations into the world.
It's about striking that balance. Win-win, ideally, for everyone involved.
Okay, Slide 10, the big question. Why protect IP rights? Seems obvious, but this slide spells it out.
What jumps out at you on this one?
Well, it's the big picture stuff. Protecting IP, it's not just about the inventor getting rich, it's about protecting the investment they made, encouraging them to keep innovating, and ultimately benefiting society.
That's the goal, right? A system where creativity and innovation are rewarded, and that leads to more progress, more advancements for everyone.
So it's about safeguarding the impact that invention could have, not just the inventor themselves.
Exactly. Protecting the ripple effect of innovation. That's what it's all about.
So we were talking about why it's important to protect intellectual property, right? But what's that actually look like?
Good question. That's what this next slide's all about. Slide 11, intellectual property case studies.
And they use a classic example, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. Everyone knows Coke, but I bet most people haven't thought about how they protect their brand, their secret formula, all that.
See, that's what makes this so interesting. They use everything. Patents, copyrights, trade secrets, trademarks, the whole arsenal.
Okay, break it down for me. I just drink the stuff, never really thought about the legal side. So first up, patents. They've got patents on their vending machines. Not just the design, but how they work, the mechanics.
Oh, wow. So it's not just protecting the drink, it's the whole experience, how you get your Coke.
Right. Then there's copywriting. That's for their jingle, the music, the ads, even the shape of the bottle is protected.
Those are creative works, right?
Yeah. Now, the big one, the secret formula. That's a trade secret. Not like a patent you file publicly. This is all about keeping it hush-hush.
Only a few people know the recipe, never been patented. That's wild.
Gotta keep that formula under lock and key, literally. And finally, trademarks. The logo, the font, even the phrase, the real thing, all protected.
So nobody else can use them and confuse customers, right?
Exactly. Coca-Cola, they're like the poster child for smart IP strategy. Shows you how important it is no matter what you're creating.
Yeah, it makes you realize it's not just for big companies. It's like suddenly every product has this hidden legal battle behind it.
It's not always a battle. Think of it more like using the law strategically so you benefit from your hard work.
All right, I need a minute to process all that. On to the slide 12. Types of IP summary. This is helpful. It's like a cheat sheet.
This is great, yeah. Breaks down the key differences between each type of protection. What it covers, how long it lasts, what you got to DO to get it.
So, patents for inventions, copyrights for creative stuff, trade secrets are all about secrecy, and trademarks protect your brand identity.
Bingo. This table, anyone who's making anything new should have this on their wall. Reminds you, you've got options.
Knowledge is power, right? Knowing this stuff can make or break your success, especially when you're bringing something new to the world.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're back to KCV specifically. Slide 13. KCV's services to effectively execute the technology commercialization gap to enable successful technology transfer. Phew, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, they like their long titles. But basically, KCD's job is to bridge that gap between early research and a product that's actually ready for the market.
It's a journey, not a quick jump, right? And we provide the expertise and resources to make it happen.
It's more than just throwing money at it, though. There's got to be a strategy.
Oh, absolutely. This slide talks about technology readiness levels, TRLs. It's like a way to measure how far along a technology is, from basic research to, ready to sell.
So even if you're just starting out or you've already got a prototype, KCV can help guide you.
Exactly. Funding proposals, partnerships with companies, training for researchers. It's about giving them the tools to succeed, not just the money.
Okay, this is where it gets exciting for me. Slide 14, technology commercialization ecosystem. The big picture.
Ecosystem mapping, crucial for understanding how this all works. It's about identifying all the players involved in getting that tech out into the world.
Like drawing a map, but it's a map of the whole innovation landscape, right? You see who's connected to who, what their roles are.
And then once you see those connections, the researchers can be more strategic. They can find the right partners, anticipate problems, navigate the whole system better.
That's like seeing the forest and the trees,
Right.
not just focusing on your little piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. And that big picture thinking, it's essential for success in this field.
All right, another flowchart. Slide 15. Typical commercialization ecosystem pipeline. Lots of steps here, but it really lays out the whole journey, from invention to happy customers.
And what's interesting is it shows the potential pitfalls, too. Look at the bottom. Lack of a market attack plan, transferring immature technologies, weak commercialization plan. These are the things that trip people up.
Wait, market attack plan? Sounds kind of aggressive.
It's just about being strategic, having a plan for how you're going to reach your customers, achieve your goals.
Okay, that makes more sense. And transferring immature technologies, what's that about?
That's when people rush to market before the tech is really ready. Maybe it's still buggy, hasn't been tested enough, or just doesn't fit what customers want yet.
Got to be patient, make sure it's truly ready for prime time, huh?
Exactly. And then a weak commercialization plan. That often means it's not specific enough, doesn't have clear goals, or focuses too much on the tech itself and not enough on the business side.
So it's not just about having a plan. It's got to be a good plan, one that actually works.
Right. And luckily, KCV has training and resources to help researchers avoid these pitfalls. That's what we're here for.
Okay, bring on the training. Slide 16, KCV commercialization training and funding programs. This is what I'm talking about.
This is great, yeah. iCore training, it's a fantastic program, hands-on experience with customer discovery, building a business model. We've got it all.
And funding opportunities, that's got to be huge for researchers.
Yeah.
Getting the money to actually make things happen.
Money makes the world go round, right? And KCV, we connect researchers with the right funding sources, whether it's grants, investors, you name it.
Okay, back to ecosystem mapping, but now it's specific. Slide 17, various entities in the technology commercialization ecosystem mapping.
This one highlights how tough it is to go from those early adopters, the people who'll try anything new, to the mainstream market. There's this concept called crossing the chasm.
Ooh, crossing the chasm. Sounds dramatic.
Well, it can be. It's about getting your tech adopted by the average person, not just the tech enthusiasts.
So you can have a cool gadget, but if regular folks don't get it, you're not going to succeed.
Exactly. Ecosystem mapping helps researchers figure out WHO, those mainstream customers are, what they want, and how to reach them.
Like planning a marketing campaign, got to know your audience.
Perfect analogy. Okay, moving on to slide 18. Technology business overview. This is helpful. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah, for turning your research into an actual business. It all starts with the value proposition. What problem are you solving? Then you figure out your target market. Who are you selling to?
And you got to analyze the competition, who else is doing something similar. Then it's all about your go-to-market strategy. How do you actually reach those customers?
It's like taking all the pieces, the top of the market, the plan, and putting them together into something that works.
And a big part of that is the market attack plan, the MAP. It covers everything, the business plan, the commercialization plan, even the ecosystem mapping we talked about earlier.
So it's like a master plan, huh? Bringing it all together.
Exactly. Having a solid MAP, that increases your chances of success big time. It's your roadmap, helps you make decisions and stay on track.
This would be so useful for researchers who are new to all this business stuff. Breaks it down into manageable steps.
Right. Makes it less overwhelming, gives you a clear path forward.
Okay, let's talk about training. Slide 19, KCV launch Blue iCore training. They even use the business model canvas, the BMC.
The BMC, yeah, that's a visual tool, helps you map out your entire business model on one page. Super helpful, especially in iCore.
So it covers everything, the problem, the solution, the customers, how you make money.
It's all there. And it's easy to understand, easy to use, can be adapted for any type of business.
iCore, they really push researchers to think like entrepreneurs, and the BMC is a great way to do that.
Absolutely. It gets you thinking beyond the tech itself, thinking about the bigger picture.
Okay, on to slide 20. KCV Facilities Co-Development Model with Industry Partner. This one's about manufacturing readiness.
Now we're talking about actually making the product. Can you produce it at scale, with good quality, and at a price that makes sense?
It's about turning that prototype into something you can actually sell, right? And this slide mentions design, manufacturing processes, the supply chain, quality control. Lots to think about.
It's not just about the invention itself, it's about the whole system that makes it possible to produce and sell it.
All right, slide 21. Assist with developing the technology commercialization plan. TCP.
Mm.
This is like the roadmap,
The
right?
TCP, yep. Outlines the whole strategy, the market, your marketing plan, IP protection, financials, all of it.
It's a living document too, right? You can adapt it as you go, as things change.
Exactly. It's a guide, not a set-in-stone rulebook. And KCV helps universities create these plans, make sure they're solid and comprehensive.
Having a good TCP, that's going to make all the difference in navigating this whole commercialization journey.
Absolutely. It's like having a GPS for your business.
All right, final part of our KCV deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground, the theory, the process.
Now we get to see it in oxygen.
Right. Slide 22. It's called Commercialization Partners and Government Agencies. This is a cool visual. Shows how all these different groups work together.
Universities, companies, government agencies. It takes a village, right?
KCV is right in the middle of it, coordinating everything.
We're the glue that holds it all together. Universities, they're great at research, but maybe not so much the manufacturing and marketing side.
And that's where companies come in.
Yeah.
And then you've got government agencies providing funding, making sure everyone's following the rules.
It's like everyone has their own superpower, and KCV helps them combine those powers for good.
This slide really shows that flow, how information and responsibilities shift as the technology matures.
From early research all the way to a finished product.
Like a relay race, got to pass the baton smoothly to win.
Exactly. Okay, on to the final slide, number 23, the licensing process.
This is where the university hands over their IP to a company so they can actually bring it to market.
And a lot of people think, oh, you sign the license, that's it, you're done. But it's not that simple.
It's a relationship. This slide breaks it down into 3 stages: evaluation protect, startup and market licensing, and post-deal maintenance. So even after the deal is done, there's still work to do.
KCV's there every step of the way, helping the university choose the right licensee, negotiate the deal, and then make sure everything runs smoothly afterwards.
So it's like KCV's the matchmaker, the lawyer, Andy the therapist, all in one.
Huh. That's a good way to put it. We're here to support our partners from that initial spark of an idea all the way to seeing it out in the world.
Oh, there you have it, the KCD journey, from start to finish.
We've seen how research turns into real-world solutions, how KCV connects the dots and makes it all happen.
We talked about ecosystem mapping, having a solid plan, and the importance of collaboration. It's complex, but ultimately, it's about making people's lives better.
That's what drives us,
Yeah.
knowing that the work we do can have a real impact.
So that wraps up our deep dive into Kentucky commercialization ventures. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic, so stay tuned. Until then, keep those innovative ideas flowing.